Hello, my name is Megan, and these are some of my takeaways from learning about civil engineering. Okay, so in the slideshow, we learned about the history of civil engineering and what it came from. And so I found online from Columbia University that they stated as something that deals with the built environment and can be dated to the first time someone placed a roof over his or her head or laid a tree trunk across a river to make it easier to get across. So that isn't a specific definition, but to me what it's saying is that engineering isn't something that has to be super technical or really detailed and specific. It can be something that's much more simple, such as a tree trunk, and its purpose, or the main purpose of whatever device or thing that is used, is to solve a problem or to make something easier for people. For instance, in this example, getting across a river is made easier using a tree trunk. They could also use something like a bridge, which we have now, which is a lot more technical, but something like this also is a good example. So the certifications and requirements that are needed are a bachelor's degree in civil engineering technology, or one of its specialties. It depends on what subject you're going into specifically, and also how far you want to study it. If you want to be very high up in the career, or get a more senior position, then you most likely will have to have more qualifications, but those ones are the basic. And then a graduate degree and license are needed for higher positions, which is what I was saying earlier. Some of the basic classes that are required I listed here, which are Calculus 1, 2, and/or 3, Fluid Mechanics and Hydraulics, Structural Analysis, Structural Dynamics, Structural Design, Geotechnical Engineering, Materials Engineering, and Transportation Engineering. So I only listed a few, and these aren't all required to be a civil engineer. Again, it depends on what specific category or of civil engineering you want to pursue. And these ones are just more of the basic classes that you can, oh, sorry, my dog. Those are some of the more basic ones that are required for some of the subjects. And moving on here, I have the different types of civil engineerings and all of their average salaries. Some of them I couldn't find the national average salary, so I used the average salary in California. But what I discovered was that building materials engineering and environmental engineering are the highest, have the highest average salary, which I found pretty interesting. In comparison to hydraulics, water resource and irrigation engineering, which I would have expected to have a higher salary. But also there is a possibility that the sources that I use weren't the most qualified. So there's also that. But of course, each of these also depends on the specific job that one has in the career. So it really depends as well. And then lastly here, I just have a works cited page, and that is all.